Hey, this is Bill Pescosolido, and in today's MLM prospecting tips video, I'm going to talk to you about how to prospect a person who has a ton of questions and is kind of becoming a difficult prospect, shall we say. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about that, exactly how you deal with this difficult prospect that has all these questions. So stick around, watch the video. I know you're going to love it. All right, so you're prospecting for your home-based business or your MLM or whatever it is that you're prospecting for, and you've come across one of these prospects who have a million questions, and not so much they have a million questions. It's not like there's a problem with a prospect having questions, but this is the type of prospect who more or less is almost asking questions of you just to ask questions, like just asking questions for the sake of asking questions. Almost like they're just asking questions to see how you respond. You know, and I always find it very challenging with these people. It's like they're just trying to see me squirm or make me wiggle. You know, and they want to try and stump me or ask that question that I'm like, I don't know, and or whatever the case might be. But you're wondering, do they really want the answer to this question? Are they really sincerely asking this question? Or are they just tire kickers? Are they just, you know, wanting to watch me squirm? You know, just, again, asking questions for the sake of asking questions. So, you know, for example, they might have like a gazillion detailed questions about the comp plan, right? Now, it's fine to understand a comp plan, but when someone who, you know, hasn't even joined yet, hasn't even seen the comp plan, has all these, wants a detailed explanation of this and that, and what happens if this, and what happens if that, and all these different hypothetical scenarios. It's like they want to send you off to find the answers, just to report back to them. And then you come back with the answer, and you say, okay, here you go, and what do you think? They're like, well, and then they have another question for you, and they send you off now to get the answer to this other question. And what's really happening here is they're controlling the flow. They're controlling the conversation, they're controlling the process, and what they're doing is they're just simply sending you off to find information to report back to them. You're just an information gatherer at this point. You're not a professional, you're not sales, you're not, you know, effectively recruiting. You've literally just become an information gatherer at this person's beck and call. And they'll say, now I got a question about this, and you'll run off and get the answer, and then you'll come back and you go, here you go, here's the answers. And they're like, okay, You know, they say, well, what about this? And you run off, okay, and you you call your upline, or you go into your back office, or you go online and find it, and then you report back to your prospect later on. Here you go, I found all the answers, here you go. And they're still not making a decision, and it's still not moving the process forward to hopefully a successful conclusion. You've become simply an information gatherer. You're really no better than a trained monkey just out there running around getting information for this person, and they just sit back and they're like watching you gather the information and like, let me send them on another little quest now. You just got me the comp plan info? Hey, watch this. I'm going to send them off to get information on all the ingredients. You come back and they ask questions and run along now, little monkey, and get me more information. Do you ever feel that way? I mean, have you ever honestly felt that way? I know I have. I have felt that way in the past. Here's what I did, though. Here's what I learned how to do to conquer that. And first of all, it's you not being addicted to the outcome. It's you not being so addicted that I've got to get this person, that I'll do anything and everything to get this person on my team. That's the first thing, is to ditch that attitude. Realize that some people just aren't worth having on your team, frankly. I know that might sound odd or you know, it hurts to hear that, but it's just the truth. It's not worth having some people on your team, because how they are in the recruiting process might really indicate how they are then to work with you. And if they're a pain in the neck in the recruiting process, they're probably going to be a pain in the neck to work with once you're on your team, if you even get them on your team. So just mindset-wise, make that shift and realize at any point in time, I should be able to maybe just forget this person. It's too much of a hassle. They're just annoying me. That's number one. Number two thing is, what can you actually do? So you get the mindset thing down. Now, what could you actually do? Well, when they first say, hey, I've got a gazillion questions about this, Instead of just saying like, oh, okay, let me run off and get the answers, say, I understand, very fair question. Let me ask you this, Steve. Is that the most important thing to you, or were there other things that are important to you as well? So you, first of all, you're kind of taking a bit of a time out, and instead of just being so willing to run off and get the information, you're actually making them, it's got to be more important than that. Like, really, is this really the most important thing to you? So you're asking them that question, answering a question by asking a question. Is that the most important thing to you? Yeah, totally. Okay, tell me why. Why is that having all the details of this comp plan? Why is that most important to you? Was there an experience in the past that now makes you want to know all this information, or is it something that other outside information, outside sources telling you you've got to get this information? Like, why specifically is this so important to you? And don't make them feel bad about asking the question. I'll always say something like, hey, great question, or very fair question, but let me ask you this. Is that what's most important to you? Or tell me, like, why is that so important to you that you need to know to such detail? And maybe they have a great answer. Maybe there really is, for some specific reason, that is so important to them. Okay, fair enough. Then what you might say is, hey, fair enough. Well, let me ask you this. If I can get you the answers to this question, are you ready to move forward then? Meaning, are you ready to, let's say you've got a $500 buy-in. You got membership level A that they're going to join at. So if I get you the answers to these questions, are you ready today then to join at membership level A for $500? So, and then pause and just shut up and let them answer. Because if they say no, you've got to then evaluate, okay, well, is this person just sending me on a wild goose chase? Are they just trying to watch me squirm and wiggle and be a trained monkey information gatherer? Or are they really serious? Does the answer to this particular issue or question really solve the thing that's hanging them up right now? And if they get the answer, they're going to join. And if they don't, they're not going to join. Because if you say, so if I get you the information and answer this question for you, are you ready to join? And they say no. Well, I'm going to be like, well, okay, well, what is it that you really need then? What is it that you need? What will make you comfortable with this? Because I could run around all day long and get you information, but I'm a busy guy, and you're a busy guy, and I got other people who are waiting to join me. So if this isn't what's going to help you get comfortable with working with me and joining us, what is it then that would make you more comfortable? What could get you to the point that you're ready to work that we're ready to work together? Questions like this is what you want to ask. And it can be a little tricky, especially if you're new or if you haven't done it. It's definitely getting you out of your comfort zone, possibly. But it's going to, trust me, the amount of time and energy and effort it's going to save you when you're able to decipher the tire kickers and the ones that just want to send you on a wild goose chase to get information versus the people who are sincerely interested and just have this one kind of sticking point that's just holding them back. When you're able to distinguish between those two, it's going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to save you a lot of time, because I would rather identify that tire kicker and that person just wasting time. I'd rather identify them really as soon as possible, and then kind of know like, you're kind of a tire kicker. Because I might say, hey, great question. There's a ton of information about that online. You can Google it all day long, get the info, and once you've got that, let me know. Then we can move forward. If I feel they're a tire kicker. Whereas if I feel that they're very sincere and it's legitimate, I'll get the information, I'll provide it to them, get them the answers, and I'll say, great, now that I've got this information for you, are you ready to move forward? So kind of summing this all up, when it comes to how to prospect a difficult prospect, I would say it's really based on trying to distinguish between, are they sincere or just monkeying around? And B, taking the time and the moment to ask them why. Ask them questions. Don't just be so ready to run and find the information. Stand your ground. Say, hey, fair enough. Why is it that you want that information? Is this what's holding you back? If I get this for you, will you be ready to move forward? And if you get the yeses to that, get them the information, get them comfortable, you both move forward together, and now you've got hopefully a great new distributor on your team. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to share it, comment below, like it, click on it, comment, share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube it. Twitter it, whatever you do, whatever your social media addiction is. And I wish you tons of success, and I'll see you in the next video.